We are Michael and Beta Dewalaby, and we're here to talk about the message box.
A few years ago, it was the middle of the night, and I had a dream, and it was of a man, and he was running through a forest. And there was no one around, but just in my dream, I knew that he wanted to know about Christ, but there was no one to tell him. And so he was just running and running, and I could see, it was very, very real, and I could see him running through the grass and the trees and all this. And then he stopped, and down on the ground was this little box that had a red button. And he pushed the button on the box, and it led him in the salvation prayer. And then my dream was over. So it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I woke Michael up, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I have to tell you about my dream tomorrow." And of course, I don't know if he woke up or not, but he was like, okay, whatever. And then the next day was when the message box was born.
So we started just doing some research on people who can't read, because one thing that we're always taught is, sending literature for people to read to be able to lead them to Christ, but there wasn't anything out there for people who can't read, just to explain a basic salvation message in their language. And so one thing led to another, and this was in 2012, so finally about a year later we had a working prototype, and it was just really awesome to see it go from a dream to reality, and the many miracles that God brought along the way just to make it happen. It's a box about the size of a Rubik's Cube. It's got 4 pictures on it. So the first picture is a picture of creation. There's a picture of crucifixion, the resurrection of Christ, and the last image is of 2 little kids just kneeling in prayer. And so every time you press the button, it explains kind of a story about each one. Really simple and easy way in any language. And so we've been working really hard to make them in as many languages as we can to send them out to different missionaries. But it's essentially a talking Bible tract kids toy. Right now we're currently working with 2 different ministries in Peru. Both work on the streets with impoverished children. One of the ministries built houses for people, and so they take the message box out and they do their evangelism with that. And so we've promised each one of them 2,500 message boxes, so a total of 5,000. And then there's a ministry in Romania that we're connected with, that they work with the Gypsy population there. And so we have a Gypsy language version of the message box, and we sent them 750 last year, and our goal is to be able to send them 2,500. So that's 7,500 message boxes right there that we're believing for God to open the door to be able to provide. To the ladies of Oklahoma, we're so thankful for you and for all that you're doing for our state and our district and for the ministries around the world, and it's a humbling, exciting opportunity. We're grateful for it.
Just want to say a big thank you to the women of Oklahoma for this opportunity. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you to Susie Perky for your vision, for not only for just Oklahoma, just for the world and how we can do more. And thanks so much for believing in us, and we are just so excited for what's to come. If God gives you a dream, He will provide.